Turn it live real quick, like. Yeah. Um, Trying to think which what to share this on the page on FB. T Israel solar alignment. I share to the T Israel. Okay. All right, y'all. Looks like we are live. Let's see. For 37 seconds. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get a little vibe going on while we get ready to go live on while we get ready to go live on. That's different than mine. Okay, gotcha. On Instagram. Okay, so we press this. What's up, y'all? I want to get some effects on. Yeah. We like that one? It reminds me of snow. I don't really want it to look like it's snow. I like the bling. Oh, man. Let me see. A couple more. And we'll go back. Okay, there we go. Perfecto. What's up, y'all? How we doing? We got a little... What's this called? It's like a little Afrobeat kind of thing going on. How we doing? All right, so we live on Instagram and we're live on YouTube right now. I just put the word out on Facebook that we're going live. I usually I've been kind of like going live on hey on TikTok, but we're not gonna go live on TikTok today. So when I get more devices, we're gonna go live on like all three. You know, it's all good. If it's the will of the Most High. Come on in. I'm trying to pronounce your name. Is it, let's see, Helias? You tell me if I'm right. We got a message today. My name is Batia Yisrael. What's up? Let's come on through. Whether you watch it live or whether you watch it on the replay, welcome. Come on in. It is December the 25th, 2024. It's now 11:44 a.m. The angel numbers. Let's go. Turn this down just a little bit as everybody comes on in. What's up over here on YouTube? This will go on my channel, Batia Yisrael on YouTube, so you can check out some other things I have going on. I got a few channels going on. Batia Yisrael is usually like my music one and like biblical messages, right? Like this one. We got solar alignment, SOULAR alignment. That's the metaphysical, right? Because we should know that there's more to this universe, to us, than what we see, right? So that's another channel I have. Also have my brand channel, which I'm wearing one of the shirts right now, one of our t-shirts, Avatar of God, Body in God. All right, got the website, all that good stuff. Lot going on. And then we have Wealth with Tia, where we talk about mindset, money, and all that good stuff. Hopefully there'll be more content on there as well. But today is the kind of the culmination and the capping off of the message that originally came through from the Most High to me on 12/12/2024, right? December the 12th. Okay, I'm going to turn this music down just a little bit. So come on in. Again, you're welcome, whether you are live with us or on the replay. Appreciate you. Okay, let me see if I can do a little wave. Okay. All right, so this message is the culmination of the message that came through on the 12th. And when I was recording on my computer, my microphone was mute. for some reason. The whole hour, y'all. I recorded an entire hour on my computer, and I was on my phone. And I got the first 10 minutes. So I did post that on my Batia Yisrael on YouTube. So if you want to check that out, you can do that. But the entire message, I said I'll repost, and here we are. I do not plan these things, okay? And so this is why I know that they are inspired, okay, by the Most High. And so I would say, God, source, your higher self, right, has a message for you, okay? And let's start to get into the message. So welcome, everyone who's with us and watching as well on the replay, who will be doing that. Okay, so today, as we know, is December the 25th. And a lot of people are celebrating this day as Christmas. Actually, people are celebrating this day also as Hanukkah, because this is the first day of Hanukkah, which is the dedication. Well, it's basically a memorial of the rededication of the temple by the Maccabean Hebrews, right? They call them Maccabean Jews, the Maccabean Hebrews after a battle, right? So it's a commemorative day on that front. It's also, and this is part of the message that we have, it's also still a part of that winter solstice time, okay? Whether we want to look at these days as a religious holiday, as a metaphysical holiday, or commemoration, both, okay? There's some special things going on during this time of year. And so let's just read a little bit about the winter solstice, because again, the original message came through on 12/12, which was before the winter solstice. Solstice is on the 21st. But this is a culmination of that. So I'll kind of go a little bit into the previous message and then tie it into today and what the message is for you. The winter solstice, which occurred on the 21st of December, occurs in the northern hemisphere on Saturday, December 21st. This celestial event happens when the Earth's axial tilt positions the northern hemisphere at its farthest point from the sun, resulting in the least amount of daylight for the year, right? So on the 21st of December 2024, as it happens, every year, should be on the 21st of December. It was the shortest day of the year, right? Where we got basically the least amount of sunlight. Okay. And this day actually correlates with, Christmas and all that, right? And the religious tones of the day. Now, this is just a prequel to the message that I have for you, because the title of this live is "You Are the Joseph of Your Family." Okay, that's the title of this live. So that's what it's about. But the information that I'm explaining right now is somewhat of the kind of, prequel of that. Okay, you are the Joseph of your family. All right, just fixing my. Okay, so let's go back a little bit more into the solstice. So also what's happening on today is this. Okay, so on December 22nd, the sun stops moving south and rests for 3 days. Okay, this is what's happening in the skies right now. These previous 3 days after the winter solstice. This is literally what's happening, right? Whether we want to celebrate it as a religious holiday or anything, there are things happening celestially, okay, in our skies right now, okay? And everything that happens in the universe affects us, okay? On December 25th, which is today, the sun moves approximately 1 degree upward, okay? The sun moves approximately 1 degree upward. All right, we're gonna bring in a little welcome once again to whether it's for the sun, welcoming you to the live, all that good stuff, welcoming you to 2025. Right? We know technically the new year is in the springtime. I hope we know that. So some people say, well, technically it still will be 2024 or the same year, even as we pass through to January 1st. But either way, the clock is going on. So we're going to welcome us all. Give a little vibe here. I'm just going to play a little bit. Little Badu right now. Hello, right? We welcome you to the sun today, right? That's what world love. Hey. All right. All right, y'all. Just want to do a little bit, okay? So that's what December 25th is about, right? It's about welcoming the movement of the sun again as it's starting to, whether you want to say rise again, right? And move up 1 degree upward. It has started to move today. And so this means that the days are going to start to get longer, right? And so for thousands and thousands of years, this day has been celebrated, even before, Christianity. And we call it Abrahamic religions, right? And we can call it a pagan worship, right? That word is kind of used with negative connotations. And some things that the quote pagans did were negative. Okay. We can any type of real research into the history of religion and things like that. I mean, we can find plenty of things that quote pagans did that the average person would not want to be associated with, right? But personally, right, speaking for myself, when days like this come up, December 25th, Christmas, I don't necessarily celebrate it in the traditional sense, right? I celebrate it as the movement of the sun. I think I posted on my Facebook, happy movement of the Sunday, right? Because that's what it is, right? We're all affected by the celestial bodies, right? And so the message again for today is you are the Joseph of your family. As the sun starts to move again, right? As people start to give out the presents today, realize also that the Creator has given you presents and you gifts that you also need to share with the world, right? See, we tying it in. We tying it all in. Okay, we tying it all in. Gonna bring a little bit of the vibes back a little bit. Okay, hope you're still with me. All right, so that's a little bit of the solstice, of some ways we can look at December 25th, right? Let's go a little bit just a little bit into the religious aspects. Okay. The third day after the crucifixion. So we're talking about the death and the resurrection of who they call Jesus the Christ, right? Yeshua. Yah saves. Right? When you break the name all the way down, it's tied to a name, Yehoshua, which breaks down to Yah saves. Okay. Just doing a basic, search online. The resurrection of Jesus is the Christian belief that God raised Jesus from the dead on the third day after his crucifixion, starting his exalted life as Christ and Lord. When Jesus rose from the dead, he confirmed his identity as the Son of God and his work of atonement, redemption, reconciliation, and salvation. Jesus' resurrection means that his sacrificial death on the cross was sufficient and therefore our sins can be forgiven, right? So we can look at these things, and that's a very dear and precious and meaningful moment for Christians. There's a lot that can be said about that, but in this time, I'm focusing on the metaphysical aspects and drawing the parallels because it's all connected. It's all connected. Okay. because those 3 days, right? 2-3 days where Jesus was, you know, laid to rest, right? And was going to resurrect, certain words for the, algorithms and stuff, are the same days that correlate with what we just read earlier. On December 22nd, the sun stops moving south and rests for 3 days. Right? And December 25th, it moves approximately 1 degree up. It starts moving again, right? It was dormant for those times, and then it resurrects itself on December 25th. This is why some people, technically would say, well, December 25th is not Jesus' birthday, and why is it all associated? Because it's all associated with the sun. So again, tying it back into the pagans, I don't necessarily worship the sun, right? I know that the Creator created the sun. As a matter of fact, everything in our universe is an aspect of Source or God or the Creator, including us. Everything is God manifested in a certain form. What I do know is that the sun is the closest, one of the closest, if not the closest, manifestation of God's energy that affects life on whatever planet it's on, right? In the multiverses, right? Because we say there are many suns, right? Talk about the sun in our atmosphere. Okay. I can get pretty deep, so we go, but you with me, right? Hopefully. All right, let's go. Y'all with it. It's a message in here for you. You are the Joseph of your family. Just as people are giving gifts today, the Creator has given gifts to you. And the Creator wants to see you start to elevate, just as the sun is starting to elevate on today. One of the reasons why I'm saying this message today, because the message originally came to me on the 12th of December. And here I am finishing it off on the 25th. I didn't plan it. It just is what it is. Praise the Most High. Okay. The sun is something that if you are a human being, an animal, and whatever. They say human beings, we are animals, right? That we appreciate and know that we would not have food, life itself, or so many things if we didn't have the sun. So an appreciation of the sun to me is not pagan in a negative sense. You understand? We are observing the movement of the celestial bodies that affect us every day. And for me, that's a special day, whether I want to acknowledge the religious aspect or not. I acknowledge the movement of the sun. Something moved me, to do this live today, which I wasn't planning on doing a live. I was going to do a video. I was not planning on doing a live today. Now I'm doing 2. One on Instagram and one on YouTube. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to just tie that in a little bit. Okay. So these 3 days in between that solstice on the 21st and the 25th, there was a dormant sun, S-U-N, and it ties in with the dormant S-O-N, if you will, of God, that rose on the 25th, which our sun does, S-U-N, every year at this time. Okay, whether or not this is Jesus's real birthday, because it's not. But some will say, well, it's Nimrod's and this and that. Well, this is the movement of our sun. And this is where a lot of this celebration has come from. Now, really quick, and then we're going to move more into the message of today for you. Because there are metaphysical aspects of this day, right? Because the sun and the moon And the celestial bodies do things in the sky, right? And they correlate with certain things in our scriptures, right? Does not mean that there's no truth to the things in the scripture, right? And I'm not implying that, okay, or saying that explicitly, that because it's the sun's movement and dormancy and etc., that it has nothing to do with Yeshua. Because two things can be true at the same time. And that's another video, but I just wanted to tie that correlation in, okay, with the religious aspect of this day, as well as the metaphysical. Okay. And so we'll just sum that up about the winter solstice in this way, and to say that the winter solstice is more than just an astronomical event. It symbolizes the cyclical nature of time, marking the end of one phase and the gradual return of light. I gotta make some noise on that. I got the noise maker. Marking the gradual return of light. Okay. So many places I can go with that as well. There's a gradual return of light in this world right now. The times that we're in, there's a lot of light that is coming through. By light, I mean truth, and actually literally light, goodness, high vibrational things, right? As we see the darkness, if you will, right? The certain negative aspects. Again, when I say darkness, there's a difference between darkness that is the all that is the carbon, where everything comes from, and the shadow. Okay, just want to make that distinction. But when we think about these times that we're going into, whether it's 2025, whether it's the age of Aquarius that we've already entered, whether it's the fact that today is, Christmas and Hanukkah on the same day, right? As we see the falling away of things that have been hidden, right? And the falling away of certain things in our society, whether it's certain structures, celebrities being idols, whatever. We welcome the gradual return of light. Okay. Truth, justice, and all that good stuff. Okay. While December the 21st, right, which we already passed through, may bring the darkest night, it also ushers in the promise of longer, brighter days to come. Okay. So, let me say, praise the Most High for that. All right. Hallelujah for that. All right. So we're welcoming in the day of the returning of the sun, the S-U-N. Okay. All right. So a little bit of the message that came through on 12:12, because this is a finishing of that, right? A completion of that. Really quick, because I already posted a video at some length about it on my, like I said, my YouTube channel, Batia Yisrael. Psalms 37. There were two women who knocked on my door. Okay, Jehovah's Witnesses, and I do not usually look. It just is what it is. If I don't know you, I'm not quick to. It just is what it is, right? But I was in a very meditative mood that day. And I was thinking about certain things and messages that I have to say to the collective, right? And I was also thinking about something that the Creator revealed to me about myself years ago, okay, in 2012. And I was just in my mind. This was before the knock on the door. I was in my mind. I was in the kitchen, about to make some food and stuff like that. I was just really meditative. I've been doing these fruit fasts and stuff. And when I do that and eat more fruit and my green pepper, that chlorophyll, I just receive more information. It just is what it is. That's another, right? That's a whole other thing, but it's, what we eat and things like that affects us, right? And the more sun we put in our body by way of our food affects what we can connect to, right? The information that we can connect to. So I'm meditating. I'm just in my mind. I'm thinking of this stuff. And it was a little bit of a worrisome thoughts, but I was just, whatever. Like, because I was thinking about maybe certain resistance that I would get. I was just making this up in my mind. Like, if and when I really tell people what was told to me, right? About myself, about who I am and things like that, right? So I was, which I eventually have to do. So it is what it is. If it's the will of the Most High, you know. And so I was just having the scenarios in my mind about, people having maybe some resistance to that, which I go back and forth with that. But really, if the Creator has given you something, if the Creator has made you somebody, we're all somebody, right? If it's true, it's true. Right? Nobody or no thing can deny it or stop it. It's true. And we're getting to the message, right? Because this message is for you as well. The women knocked on my door. I'm already in a meditative mood. I'm looking. I said, I could tell by the way they dressed with the skirts and the long coat, that they were Jehovah's Witnesses. This was a week or so ago, right? On the 12th. I waited for a little bit. I checked, making sure nobody's, expecting anybody. I eventually opened the door. They had already started walking down the steps. The one lady saw me, opened the door. She looked, and then she came back up the steps. Oh, can I talk to you for a minute? But I was ready because I was already open. I was already, meditating. And she knocked. The way she knocked, the last time she knocked, it was just, I felt it. I felt like this is a message from the Most High. Anyway, I'll try not to make this story too long, but, it is what it is. I get a little long with it. She read to me Psalms 37. Take note, Psalms 37 is for you as well. She started at verse 10. I didn't even realize I knew this chapter already. This is like a popular biblical chapter. Fret not thyself with evildoers. But she didn't start there. She started at verse 10. She asked permission. She asked me if I knew who David was, the writer of Psalms 23 and all that. And I told her yes. She said, may I read this to you? So she said, a little while, and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found. But the meek will inherit the land and enjoy peace and prosperity. But she said, a little while. The way her voice was reading that book. She said, whatever you're going through, whatever, she said the word problems. I don't like the word problems. I use the word challenges. But she said, whatever problems you're going through, in a little while, they'll be over. Right? Do you receive that? I received it. I said, oh, okay. And then I thought about the things that I was thinking in my mind before that. And I said, oh, the Most High is talking to me like, it's okay. Don't even worry about it. I got you. The meek will inherit the earth. That's the first message that came through on 12:12. Okay. Psalms 37. Today's message is Genesis 37. I didn't even notice that the numbers correlated until today. And I was reviewing it, the chapters. I said, oh, wait a minute. She read Psalms 37. And I'm reading for you Genesis 37. So you know what we have to do now. We got to look up the angel number 37. All right. Now, I don't know if you superstitious about this or anything like that. Let me close some of these because I don't need all of these windows. I still got windows up here. Angel numbers, right? What are angel numbers? Are you into that? Even Chris Brown made a song called Angel Numbers. I was surprised. I'm like, okay. All right. Simply put, let's see. Angel numbers are repeating sequences of numbers that seem to show up everywhere you look. Have you ever felt like you look at license plates, we see 222? I'm reading from numerology.com. I just did a search. You can look at anywhere about this, right? Or do you keep looking at the clock at 11:11? It may seem like a coincidence that you've been seeing the same number sequences over and over again, but these repeating numbers are actually angel numbers. And they hold a very powerful message that the universe thinks you need to hear. Now, some people, whether you're really religious or not, you might think that this is not, I don't know, spiritual or godly, or I don't know, because people have different thoughts about things like that. First of all, the Creator has angels. I mean, that's biblical. Okay. Whether you want to, say the angel is in the spaceship, the UFO, because, there's thinking on that as well. Right? Whether you say or think that the angel came in the form of a human being, or you feel that the angels communicate with you through numbers and messages, you can still praise the Most High. You can still praise the Creator. Like, it's not, these things don't cancel out one another, right? I'm very much into angel numbers. And I do notice that the more that I fast, or the more fruit that I eat, if you will, the more chlorophyll I have in my body and things like that, the less of like the real heavier foods, the more angel numbers I see. It's just, so there is a correlation. I've noticed that in my life, that just the less of the, I guess, the starchier foods, if you will, that I have in my body, or just the less heavy, dense foods, period, the more open I am, if you will, to certain things. But in terms of angel numbers, it might not, you could probably eat anything. If you're spiritual, you're spiritual. Okay. But food is a very important part of spirituality. But that's another video. Okay. Angel number 37. The woman knocked on the door and gave me the scriptural verse for Psalms 37. The same day I received this message of Genesis 37. I just noticed it today. I'm going to read the angel number 37. Is that all right with you? Is that all right? Okay. Let's get it. I want to get a little volume on this music. This is a very interesting song I got on, right? Okay. Yay for copyright-free music. Yay. All right. Angel number 37 is a powerful symbol for spiritual guidance. It indicates that you are on the right path and should keep faith in your ambitions. This number encourages personal growth, divine alignment, and spiritual awakening. It may also signal that emotional chains are breaking, allowing you to express yourself freely and move on, just like the sun, to new and better things. Y'all, this is not a coincidence. We live on Instagram. We live on YouTube right now. Can we give it up for the angel numbers and angel number 37? Because this is how the messages come, y'all. I don't even plan this stuff. I'm honored to be utilized as a vessel of the Most High, if I could say that. Don't mean I'm better, worse than anybody else. I'm not saying that, right? The Creator can utilize all of us as vessels if and when we allow ourselves to be utilized, you see. The 37 angel number may be a signal that emotional chains are breaking, allowing you to express yourself freely and move on to new and better things. Praise the Most High. This number represents spiritual guidance. Look it up. And so we're going to go from Psalms 37 to Genesis 37. All right, praise the Most High. All right. You are the Joseph of your family. Take a little drink. I have a little coconut water here. Coconut water is great for electrolytes. Okay. It's great for a woman during that special time, if you will. Make her, is it Bia or Baya? I always want to say Baya, but how you doing? How we doing? All right, so yeah, we are live here, and we're about to go into Joseph's dream. Okay, we're about to go into Genesis 37. All right, you may know the story, right? So we don't have to go into everything, right? Joseph, the favorite, the youngest, and he had these dreams. He was the dreamer, right? He was the favorite one with the coat. He was the youngest of his father's children. And so because of that, he was the favorite, right? And so his brothers were jealous of that. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say we could blame them, but, Joseph wasn't necessarily trying to do anything to them, but he received the jealousy, right? You are the Joseph of your family, right? Not just your family, but maybe your area, right? That's this message that came through on 12:12 and that we're finishing up today. Okay. Joseph had these dreams. And when he told his brothers, they hated him, basically. All right. They had these dreams. He had these dreams, and they didn't, want to hear that, right? So the dreams, really quick, right? The binding of the sheaves and grain. He said, I had these dreams. He was excited, right? He said, suddenly my sheaf rose and stood upright where your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed down to it. Oh my God. He was so excited. He probably didn't know exactly what he was saying, the implications of it, but he was just so excited to receive this dream. His brother said, they just got it right away. Do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us? Bro, what? You the little brother. The message for you, okay? The message that I received that day and the message that I'm sharing with you is this. The Creator has given you certain gifts, right? Maybe that's why this message is coming through on the 25th. You have received certain gifts from the Creator. You may be the favorite, who knows, in your family for whatever reason. You may be very talented in certain things, right? You may be able to, write very well, sing very well, be a good leader, speak very well, have a certain type of courage that maybe some other people have not allowed themselves to, have to exercise, right? As much as you may be very fit, right? The word exercise, whatever it is, you may be very beautiful, who knows, right? But you could be humble. You could be very organized, whatever. You could have a lot of money. You could be a great businessman, businesswoman, whatever it is. Okay. You could have a huge social media following? Because people just like to hear you say what you have to say, watch you do what you have to do. And you can have people in your circle or even in your family who don't want you to be that big, that large, that talented, that beautiful, whatever it is. But that gift was given to you by your maker, your father, your mother, right? Because the Most High has the feminine and the masculine aspect now. Okay. You have been given a gift. And let's say you explain this gift, or you start to showcase this gift, if you will, into the world, and there are people around you who they don't feel comfortable. They don't feel comfortable with that. They see you one way, or they saw you this way, or they grew up with you, or they knew you at the job. I'm just saying, whatever. They knew you in elementary school. As the case of Joseph, we'll get to the other dream he had when he told his father, as well as his brothers, the second dream. His father's probably thinking, I remember when your mother was changing your diapers, little boy. Now you saying that you're going to rule over us? And they saw it as a negative thing. So there's some messages coming through. One is, your gifts are to bless others and not to just shine on others. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people do use good things that they have to try and make others feel like they're blessed in them, right? But that's not why the Creator gave you that gift, to make it seem like you're better than somebody. Okay? Checking my volume on this is good. That's not why the Creator gave you those gifts. So maybe, the brothers and the father were just like, oh, you just want to flex on us. Who do you think you are? Don't let the perceived limitation of others stop you from showing and displaying your gifts to humanity, to your family, at your job, at your business, whatever, on social media, whatever. Because somebody's not comfortable with that. You could very well be the Joseph of your family. Do y'all know how this story turned out? Because this is how the message came through. Joseph turned out to be the savior that those very people who did not want him to shine needed. He turned out to be the savior that they needed. Can you imagine if he would have let that, their idea of him keep him back from his destiny, if you will? Right? Using this as an example. This is the message that came through. He had another dream. Genesis 37:9. Then he had another dream and he told it to his brothers. Listen, he said, I had another dream, and this time the sun and the moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me. Now, they were just about done. When he told his father as well as his brothers, his father rebuked him and said, what is this dream you had? Wait a minute, what's this dream you had? Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow down to the ground before you? His brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind. All right. You could very well be the Joseph of your family. Okay. Joseph was in joy, maybe a little unbelief, sharing his dream, sharing the vision that the Creator gave to him. Now, he could not help how it affected other people based on their limited, I'm going to say, perception or their fear, maybe past experiences, who knows, of, when others have risen above in certain ranks and how they, I don't know, demonstrated their power over them, right? People are afraid of that sometimes, right? They might think that you're going to try to do something negative to them. Or sometimes it really just makes people uncomfortable when they want to see a person a certain way and the person rises above their expectations of them, because it could possibly show a limitation within their own self. Who knows why they thought what they thought? But his father, at first, he rebuked him, right? And then he said, well, he probably didn't say anything, but he kept the matter in his mind. Why did Joseph's father keep the matter in his mind? Why did he just keep it in the back of his mind? You know what? I mean, my son, I don't know. He the youngest now. He's trying to flex a little bit. And at first I don't like, but you know what? Who knows? I'm gonna keep it in my mind, and we'll see. Why did his father do that? Let's go a little bit into his father's history. Okay, now this is some of the message that came through today. Just going a little bit more into history now, because he's the father of Joseph. Okay, wasn't Jacob the one who wrestled with the angel? Didn't he have, if you will, a supernatural experience that changed his name? Yeah, he did. Jacob remembered who he was. He remembered who the Most High was through his own experiences and said, oh, wait a minute. Joseph is my son. That's my son. I know the capability of the Most High. When I wrestled with the angel, and the angel changed my name because I asked for a blessing. He changed my name from Jacob to Yisrael, to Israel, right? We got Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel after he wrestled with the angel. Okay. That is Genesis chapter 32. All right. And you can get to verse 22 if you want to go into that. All right. Jacob also had his own dream. All right. I know we're going a little bit long, but I got to get the message out. Okay. Jacob also had his own dream before. Okay. He saw the stairway. This is Genesis 28. Jacob, when he reached a certain place, okay, headed out for Haran. He left Beersheba. This is Genesis 28 and 10, verse 10. He stopped for the night because the sun had set, right? So it was dark. He was like, all right, time to go sleep. Melatonin, taking it. Taking one of the stones there, he put it under his head and lay down to sleep. Jacob, this is the father of Joseph, had a dream in which he saw a stairway resting on the earth, etc., right? Reaching the top, the angels of the Most High were ascending and descending on it, right? And so you read the whole story about that. That's where he was given the promise that his descendants would be like the dust of the earth. Okay, his blessings and all that good stuff, right? All peoples of the earth will be blessed through you and your offspring. Jacob received that dream. You see? And actually, thank you, Yah. Could what's about to happen to his son Joseph be part of the culmination of his dream? Part of it, right? As his son is rising in rank. So Jacob remembered his own experience from the past and kept the matter in his mind. Because when at first his human self, right, his ego was like, well, I remember you in diapers. You talk about the sun, the moon, and the stars going to bow to you. And then he said, you know what? Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. My name is Yisrael. After an angel changed my name, after I received a blessing in a dream. Let me keep the matter in my mind. Okay. There are going to be people that you share your vision with, and maybe it might make their ego a little uncomfortable about who you are or what you're here to do. But if they really think about it, and if they're really true, they'll remember that with God, everything's possible. You can be great and be humble at the same time. You can. You can. Okay. And the Creator is giving you permission to be prosperous as well. Okay. Read Deuteronomy 8 and 18 for that one. So you have permission to be grand and all that good stuff, right? Because we are made from the same source that made the beautiful skies, the beautiful sun, the beautiful ocean, the birds, and all that. So why wouldn't the Creator create beauty and talent in you? In you. You are the Joseph of your family. Okay. So anyway, we can go through the story. We won't go, all through it, but when you get to Genesis 41, Joseph becomes in charge of Egypt. Now, there's a lot that was skipped a little there, right? So after Joseph tells his brothers the second dream, his father keeps it in mind. The brothers are still jealous. They actually point to the brother, crazy. The whole family. Sometimes it's the family, ain't it? You know what they say. Sometimes it be the ones that's closest. But we're going to speak positive, right? Because we have a loving and beautiful family. This is a story that we're going to learn from. Okay. But sometimes, right, in this story, they wanted to destroy him, Oh, who does he think he is? He's already the favorite. He got the coat. Now he has the dreams. Now he think he's going to rule over us? Oh, we got to get rid of him, right? They wanted to do the worst. One of his brothers wanted to save him, Reuben, like when you go through the story. One of the brothers wanted to save him. They put him in the pit. But then they all thought themselves, right? Thought again. They see the caravan of the Ishmaelites coming. And they say, you know what? Let's just not. let's just sell them off. That's just, that's bad too. So, but that's what they did. And Joseph ends up in Egypt, right? And you go into the whole story about that. He starts interpreting dreams. He interprets the right person's dream. The Pharaoh got free and all that. Went through a little drama, right? Got free. Became the second in command. The very people, here's the message, that don't want you to be in the position that the Most High chose for you to be in are going to be the very people thanking their lucky stars, the Most High, for the fact that you were put in that position. Don't let the naysayers stop you from doing what the Creator put for you to do. Don't let people's limited view of themselves or the world or you stop you from doing what the Creator put you here to do. That is the message. And part of the story is the challenge that he had to go through actually put him in the position to become the leader and become the savior, right? So we can again look at the challenges in our life and see how those can also be blessings as well. And I don't always advocate that we have to always learn our lessons like the hard way. We don't have to. I think we're coming into the days where we're going to learn how not to be in line with such low energy, where we just have to learn our lessons in such a hard, difficult way, right? But in this story, he did. And sometimes it just, it's through challenge or whatever these situations that we look back and say, oh my gosh, this was a horrible situation, or that was, but it turned out to be a great blessing. The very people who didn't want you, or who don't want you to be who you are, the beautiful, talented person that you are going to be the very people that are going to benefit from your gifts and your talents. And will be thanking the Most High that their negativity did not succeed because you turned around and blessed them. Okay. Joseph became second in command. All right. And the story, there was a famine, right? That happened all through the lands. Okay, again, Genesis 41, you can read it. The 7 years of abundance in Egypt came to an end, because these had to do with the dreams that the Pharaoh had, that Joseph correctly interpreted and prepared for. And the 7 years of famine began, just as Joseph had said when he interpreted the dream. There was famine in all the other lands, but in the whole land of Egypt, there was food. We're going to highlight this just a little bit, because those people who don't want you to be in the position that they can see you heading, they can see the Most High putting you in, can or will feel the famine without you, or the famine that you're going to then turn around and bless them out of. Do you understand? I hope somebody's getting the message, because this is a message that came through, and I'm bringing it today. On December 25th, the day where people are giving out the gifts, and we're saying this: as you give and you receive gifts, remember that the Most High gave some gifts to you, and would love to see you give the gifts that the Creator gave to you to the world. You are the Joseph of your family. Okay. So we're gonna be ending this soon. Looking at the time, about almost an hour. All right. Which is good. It's pretty good for me, because I could go longer, y'all. No, but this is just to get the message, to you. And yeah, that's what it's about. When his brothers and his father and his mother, but particularly his brothers, because they were the ones who really, really wanted to, do him wrong, right? When they experienced the famine, right? They had no idea that their brother, who they hated and wanted to try to get rid of, was in charge. Which means that even through their sin, my God, the Most High was merciful, right? But that they would have favor through the very one that they didn't want to see rise. I'm telling you, that's the message today. Do not allow anyone who doesn't want to see you in the position of authority that God has given to you. Do not allow them to quiet your voice, to cause you to hold back the gifts that the Most High has given you. because really they're not your gifts to hold back. Okay? Because when the Most High wants to do something in the universe, the Creator does it through a person. Okay? Through an angel, through something, right? It's what the Most High wants to do. Because ultimately, even Joseph was used and utilized to be a blessing to fulfill the promises that the Creator gave to the ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So this wasn't even Joseph's gift to hold back. I hope y'all getting what is being said. It's not your gift to hold back. It's not my gift to hold back. It's the Creator's gift through you to give, allowing the Creator to get the glory when the results are finally said, done, seen, and felt. Praise the Most High. When the results are finally said, done, seen, and felt. And they will. Because not one word of the Most High returns void. Period. Okay. So they lived to see the dream manifest of their brother. The brother wasn't trying to flex on them. He received a message of who he was. When the prophets of this day come and tell you, I received a message from the Most High, don't look on them as they're saying that they're better than you. If the Creator gave me a vision about something, and I did receive a vision, and also a communication, spiritual communication from the Most High, 12, 13 years ago now, 2012, 12 years ago. When those visions are presented, if the Creator tells me that I'm going to be like a Joseph, don't be like the brothers. Don't be like the brothers. If you had to tell the people in your family, your job, your bit, whatever, the world, that you are, like a Joseph, that you received this great business idea. Wow, it's this, and you'll have people in your circle that, who do you think they are? Well, they just might be the person to turn around and save you. Don't be like those brothers. Okay? Be like, at least like the father, Jacob, who kept the matter in the back of his mind now. Because we have to realize that the Creator is the one in control ultimately, and the Creator is the one who gets the ultimate glory for all the things. So hopefully this message has landed. Okay. And that's basically the message. You have been given gifts from the Most High that it is your duty to share with others. Do not hold them back for fear of other people's opinions, particularly other people who you have the strong capability of saving. There will be people in your life who doubt you, but may have the benefit of being rewarded by the very gifts that they did not want you to have, the very position that they did not want you to have. And it's not to flex on them. Be humble with what the Creator has given you, but also fully embody who you are and who you have been made, because it comes from the Most High. That is the gift that the Creator has given you, and that you had a responsibility to share with the world. And with that, I will say, praise the Most High. That is the message that came through today. You are the Joseph of your family, okay? And maybe this world. And with that, I will say peace and love. All right. If you want to check me out at Batiyah.com, BATIYAH.com. Check out the brand at Body and God. All right. This is our metaphysical clothing brand, all that good stuff. If you're on Instagram, you can look at my links and all that. If you're on YouTube, go to our sister channels and all that good stuff. And, wishing you and praying for you a very wonderful day and a wonderful rising of the sun again day, right? And the Creator wants you to bring out your gifts just as the sun is beginning to move up again in our skies, right? And affect the entire world. Come on, somebody. So we're waiting to see the gifts that you have. And the meek shall inherit the earth. So you can enjoy your gifts. You can be grand and talented and beautiful and all this great stuff, and you can also be humble with it. And so with that, I will say, have a wonderful, blessed day. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy solstice and all that good stuff. And happy rising of the Sunday. And hopefully your gifts will be a blessing to this world as Joseph's gifts were a blessing to his family and to the surrounding people in his environment. Peace and love. End in the stream.